Hey, it is Chris. It's Thursday, July the 11th. It is my son's 12th birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. Big day. Also a big day for Joe Biden. See that professional segue? Joe Biden has a press conference, a solo press conference set for 5:30 p.m. Eastern time today. It is the first major solo press conference he's given since November 2023. It's only the 15th solo press conference he has given in his presidency, which is way, way, way less than all his 6 past predecessors. Okay, and I think we kind of know why now. Okay, I want to let you in on a little secret about the media and why I think this press conference is and about Joe Biden, secret about the media and Joe Biden, and why I think this press conference is going to be very, very contentious. Okay, here's the secret about the media. The White House press corps works on access to the president and his top aides. More so than any other political beat, that's what the beat is. Like, just take, for example, Congress. There are 535 members of Congress. So if you're a reporter, that's 535 different people who all have their own opinions, who all can sort of make moves within the power structure to talk to. It's a lot. The White House has one person, maybe two, the president and the vice president, right? So you gotta work on getting stuff from them and have a relationship with them if you want to be a good White House reporter. It's just how it works. This White House has been incredibly difficult to work with if you're a member of the White House press corps, because they have drastically limited access to the president of the United States. Joe Biden has done far fewer media interviews than any past president in recent memory. As I said, he's done far fewer solo press conferences. They make him available to the media far, far less. That is a point, and was a point before the debate on June 27th, a point of significant frustration and even anger from the White House press corps. They felt like they were being shut out, that their job is to cover the president of the United States, but if the president of the United States they're never given access to the president of the United States, they can't do their job well and accurately. Okay, so that existed. Then the debate happened. And it was clear that Joe Biden's age has caught up to him at some level, right? That he was slowed mentally, or at least he struggled during that 90 minutes. And I think that took the anger and frustration from the White House press corps to a whole nother level, and here's why. Because for 18 months, maybe longer, the White House press corps has been asking, both publicly and behind the scenes, has been asking about Joe Biden's age and health. Is he too old? The American public thinks he's too old. Is he or is he not? Why is the White House not doing more events? Why is he not out there more? All these sorts of questions that you ask when you cover the White House. And time again, the top aides at the White House have insisted not only that Joe Biden is totally fine, yeah, he's 81, but he's vigorous and fine, but that the White House press corps should feel ashamed and bad for even asking those questions, that it was ageist, that they had no evidence for it, that they were taking up Republican talking points, that this was an unfair line of questioning. Well, then the debate, right? And it was clear that it wasn't an unfair line of questioning, that there are real issues with Joe Biden's age and competence to do the job, not just for the next 4 months, but for the next 4 years. And so I think that frustration and anger from the White House press corps went into overdrive because they felt like they had been deceived at a minimum and lied to at a maximum, right? That they had asked these questions and they had been told, how dare you ask these questions? And now they were taking flack from the broader public to say, well, why didn't you ask these questions? When in fact they had asked the questions, but the White House has insisted everything is totally fine. And when there was a breakthrough, the Wall Street Journal piece a few months back that showed Biden was showing signs of slippage behind the scenes, the White House savaged those reporters and that report, insisting it was totally wrong. It was a Republican talking point, right? They went out of their way to savage the reporters, even though the reporters were clearly, in retrospect, correct. So that's why I think you are going to see a very aggressive and very pointed and very confrontational White House press corps. So that's the little secret about the media. Now the secret about Joe Biden, not even that big of a secret. He doesn't like the media. He never really has. He's always felt like they underestimated him, underrated him, did not give him enough credit for his accomplishments. And so that's always been the case. It's always been there, right? They focus on clicks as opposed to what's important. That's always been there. It's gotten worse in the last few years, but it's always been there. Post-debate, I think Biden is even more he has even bigger chip on his shoulder about the media. He thinks, I think this is wrong, but he thinks the media is at least partly to blame for his current situation, that there's a feeding frenzy over his debate performance, that they're blowing everything out of proportion, that they're not focused enough on Trump, all those sorts of things. So what you have is a press corps that is unhappy, frustrated, I would say rightly so, and a president who is already dismissive and disdainful of the press, and even more so now, in a very high-stakes moment for his presidency and his legacy. Yeah, it's gonna, I think, get ugly. Now, maybe it won't. Maybe Biden will be totally magnanimous, and it'll be totally fine, and it won't be pointed, and it won't be ugly, or it won't be confrontational, but I wouldn't bet on it. What I would do is make sure I watched it, because it's going to be must-see TV. All right, that's all I got for today. So, as always, I ask you to do 4 things. Like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and tell 5 friends about what we're doing here. Okay, take care of yourselves.